welcome back to Clearview Driving. My name is Amin and today I'm doing a mock test with Ram. Now Ram has contacted me online and wanted to do a mock test because he's got his test coming up in about 3 weeks time, is it? He's done around 35 hours of driving previously over the last sort of 2-3 months or so with another instructor. He just wanted to get another opinion before his test, and that's what we're doing today. So we're in Ashford and I'm just gonna go through a mixture of roads with you, just do a mock test and see how you do.
Sure.
So throughout the drive, follow the road ahead. Whenever I need you to turn, I'm going to tell you in plenty of time. If I don't say anything, keep going straight. If you're not sure where you're going, you can ask, but simply going straight will be the answer for that one. We're going to do one manoeuvre. We may also carry out the emergency stop, so similar to everything you've already been practicing with your instructor.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to get you to carry out 20 minutes of independent driving, which is where I'm going to give you a series of directions to follow.
Yep.
Okay, before we get started, we're going to do a quick question. So could you tell me, where would you find the information for the recommended tyre pressure and how do you check this information?
So the recommended tyre pressure would be on the, once you open the door behind the seat, there will be a sticker.
Okay. With
a marking there, or if it's not there, it's there in the instructor manuals.
Okay.
Then you use a reliable pressure gauge to check the tyre pressure.
Perfect. I'm happy with that, thank you. Yeah. Okay, so when you're ready, let's get started. So just start the engine and then we'll get driving. So just to go through, this is a completely new car for Ram today. He's been driving a different car. We've had about 10 minutes of driving so far, and we've gone over a few points, but it was a good drive so far.
Thank you.
Alright, so whenever you're ready, let's go up to the end of this road and make a right turn.
Okay.
Changing gears between 1 and 2, Ram always goes back into neutral and then goes back to the left and back into second gear. Now this wouldn't be an issue as long as you always end up in the correct gear. At the roundabout, turn right. On the right turn at the mini roundabout, Ram should have tried to go more around the mini roundabout to make the right turn, as there was enough space. You can sort of go over the roundabout with your tyres from the right hand side, but you should try to keep the tyres from the left hand side off the roundabout. Ram deals really well with hazards, always trying to allow 2 car lengths of clearance from anyone that may be reversing or turning. It's always a good idea to leave more clearance when someone is reversing, as they may not be aware of your presence and they may need more space, so you don't want to put any pressure on them. two roundabouts. They're very close together. We're taking that road ahead, but it's a right and then a left at the second one. So right at the first roundabout, then a left. Road, turn left and then left again. The two turns are quite close together. So just in here. On approach to this left turn, Ram slows down really well as it is a really narrow, sharp entrance into the left turn. On approach to any meeting encounters, Ram slows down really well, leaving enough clearance from the oncoming vehicle as well as any parked vehicles. Don't worry about the driveways on this occasion, just on the road, anywhere along here. Thank you. Drive off whenever you're ready. In preparation to move off, always get the gear ready, then look around and then move off. Take the road on the right, please. With narrow entrances, especially when you can't see into the road, always prepare in first gear before making the turn. Before turning left or turning right, Ram always checks all three mirrors before turning. You only really need to check the top mirror and the exterior mirror in the direction that you're going, but there's no harm in checking all of the mirrors. Turn left. On approach to closed crossroads, Ram approaches really slowly, looking carefully in every direction to make sure it's safe before he emerges. On approach to this stop, Ram gets a minor fault for position normal stops as he parks in front of a driveway. There was a space before the driveway and after the driveway to park somewhere safe without blocking anyone's way. Okay, that's fine then. Okay, so we're going to start the independent driving from here. So I'm going to give you a series of directions to follow. So let's go up to the end of this road, turn right.
Turn right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going crazy. Okay, so at the end of this road, turn left.
Okay.
Okay, and then take the next road on the right.
Left and right. Okay.
So left and then right. Yeah.
All right.
So drive off when you're ready.
curb or if I'm hitting the curb.
They do their job though, don't they?
With this junction, Ram gets a minor fault for junction observation. There was a bit of a dip at the end of the road and his attention went on to the gear, suspecting that there was an issue there, and he was looking over towards the right hand side of the road but not as much towards the left, and there was a large vehicle on the left hand side which can easily hide vehicles oncoming.
Right from here.
Right from here, okay.
On approach to compulsory turns similar to this left turn onto the dual carriageway, you will not be told which way to go as the road only goes one way, but you do need to signal for this left turn. The signal will help pedestrians and any other hazards as drivers know that you can only go that way. While waiting at this position to make a left turn, Ram carries on looking towards the right hand side the whole time. You should still look both ways as pedestrians may start to cross the road in front of you, or there may be a hazard on the left hand side of the road. As we turned onto the dual carriageway, there was a vehicle ahead that had just reversed from a driveway. Ram notices this and starts moving into the overtaking lane to overtake as they are moving slower. But as the vehicle manages to pick up speed quickly, he moves back into the normal driving lane.
Okay, we're going to be following signs to Kingston now for a little while.
Kingston.
Yes, please.
Whilst travelling along on a dual carriageway leading up to roadwork signs, there will be various signs to tell you what's going on ahead. The first sign is to show you that there's roadworks ahead. The second sign tells us that there is a closure on the right hand lane in the dual carriageway. Ahead of us you can now see the cones laid out blocking off the right hand lane, so it would be a good idea to check mirrors towards the right as you go forward in case anyone's overtaking. The signs towards Kingston leading up to this roundabout is partially covered by another sign. If you can't see the direction that you should be going into, the examiner would usually tell you which way you should be turning, but you can ask if you're unsure.
The sign's been covered. Was there actually a sign there? Or was it covered?
It was covered actually.
The back one, yeah, I thought so.
It was covered, but I did manage to see.
Yeah, no, sorry, I should have mentioned it.
Oh my god.
He's had enough.
On this busy mini roundabout, Ram enters really well with the vehicle ahead as they're blocking the vehicles on the right hand side from entering.
When it's safe to do so, I'd like you to demonstrate how you would demist the front windscreen. Thank you, you can turn that on. At the roundabout, turn right.
Ahead of us there is a priority sign in front where we need to give way to the oncoming traffic. There is a bollard present, but the priority sign is hidden behind the trees until a little bit later. Ram gets a minor fault for control on foot brake as his brake was a little bit sharp as he didn't see the priority sign in time.
This giveaway marking was just hidden actually, but the road marking was there.
Whenever you move off from this sort of position, you should always check mirrors towards the right in case of any motorbikes or cyclists that may have turned up whilst you're waiting.
Take the next road on your right.
With this right turn, Ram approaches really well, going over into the middle of the road before the right turn. The first half of the road has giveaway lines, so you need to turn after the tree where the blue keep left sign is present.
On this occasion, just anywhere along the right is fine. Thank you, that'd be great there. Thank you. What I'd like you to do now is we're going to carry out the reverse exercise. So I'd like you to reverse back for about 2 car lengths. Keeping reasonably close to and parallel with the pavement as you do this exercise. Try not to touch the pavement.
Okay.
Okay, so whenever you're ready. Oh no, we're going to carry out the reverse.
Oh, you said reverse parallel parking.
Oh.
Okay, fine, maybe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Reverse back for 2 car lengths where you are.
Just reverse back for 2 car lengths, okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that noise.
Ram looks all around while reversing, but as he's reversing, he slightly tilted the wheel, which caused the back right tyre to eventually touch the pavement. As the back tyre has only just touched the pavement really lightly, this would not be a serious fault, but it would be counted as a minor fault as he had to go forward. The real issue started when he went forward, as he did not look all around. And then to reverse the second time round, his attention was now on the right hand mirror and making sure the back right tyre doesn't touch, which now caused him to get a serious for observation, as he did not look around whilst reversing for 2 car lengths.
Thank you. Drive off when you're ready.
When moving off from the right hand side of the road, always look towards the left hand side at the end to make sure the road is clear before moving off.
Turn right at the end. Sorry, can we turn left? Sorry, turn left.
Left. Okay.
Just following the road, yeah. And then turn right. Turn right. Oh, okay, yeah, it's fine.
Road
It's
marking.
not meant to be. Yeah, he's probably going to be there a while. We're just going to have to...
No, I don't think it will be there. Maybe I can reverse it.
It's best to reverse. I'm going to guide you with this, okay? So if you could just reverse, because we're not meant to reverse out of a road. So looking this way, just turn towards me fully. Rum, turn towards me fully. Fully towards me, look the other way. And then just drive forward.
Along this road, as the parked vehicles are all on the right hand side of the road, we do have priority, so the oncoming vehicles will need to slow down and stop for us. You would still need to slow down and adjust your speed, as some of the gaps on the right are small.
Turn left.
approaches this roundabout really well in the left-hand lane to follow the road ahead. On approach, he notices a gap as he's entering, so he doesn't need to slow down or stop. As soon as he enters the roundabout, he goes round towards the left, sticking to the outside lane to take the second exit. Ram approaches this roundabout really well. As he goes forward, he has to go slightly over the roundabout, just using the tyres on the right hand side to do so. If needed, this is safe.
Okay, we're going to pull over and park up on this road just behind the red car, and we are going to actually go on the pavement for this bit.
Okay.
So if you can just slow it right down, and we're going to go up from the driveway, okay? So if you want, you can go up from this drive just here.
No problem.
Yeah, that's fine, from that drive there. So get the tyre on from the drive, get half on the pavement, and then just move away so that we're in line with the red car. And just stop there while the pedestrians pass. That'll be great there, thank you.
This is fine?
This is fine, yeah, we're okay here. That's it, and just switch off the engine. Okay, that'll be the end of your test. Give me a few minutes.
Sure.
How was the drive for you, Ram?
It was good, but I think there are a few areas which I think I might need some improvement on.
Okay, now overall it was a really good drive, okay? I'm not just saying that, it was a good drive. But unfortunately I would have said fail, and it's a shame why you failed, because it was the reversing.
I hit the curb, I know.
Yeah, you hit the curb at the back on the right tyre, that's the first bit. And then when you went forward, you kind of didn't really look around fully to go forward, so that's the first bit. And then while reversing, because you hit the back tyre, your attention was now solely on the right side, not on that blind spot, not on this blind spot. You would kind of just focus just on reversing and not hitting that tyre.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's mainly the reason why it would have been a serious fault. Besides that, I want to just go over a few things. Right near the beginning, when we started the independent driving, when we got to that junction where you thought the gear had a problem.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
It wasn't the gear. There was a bit of a dip in the road. So the
Okay.
tyre didn't move because it wasn't going to go forward because it's uphill. It wasn't going to go backwards because it's down into that gradient little slope.
Okay.
So we're just sitting in that dip. And then you're looking right and your attention's on the gear and you're mainly looking on the right. I know the left was clear, but there was a van blocking your view. So what you need to do is when you're at these junctions and it's busy, like not even busy, sorry, what you need to do is when you get to these T junctions is to keep checking both.
Yep.
Even if it's completely clear on one side, keep checking both, because I was afraid somebody might turn up on the left there.
Okay.
Okay. Earlier, when I asked you to park up, I felt like every time I asked you to park up, you're trying to park up immediately.
Okay.
Is that what you do? You kind of look for the first space and you kind of...
I just looked into the mirror and there wasn't any vehicle, and then there was space anyway. So,
No, I feel like sometimes the way there might be a few spaces to park, you
Okay.
kind of try and park
closer, I mean immediately.
to the
then-
first little bit,
Okay.
rather than letting the car go, okay, well I'll park up there and, you know, go a bit further.
Okay.
And because of this, when I asked you to park up, there was like a little small section where there was no driveway, and then there was a driveway, and then there was a big section where there was no driveway. Now because you've parked up quite quickly, you're now in the driveway.
Okay.
So that's why I've given you position normal stops.
Okay.
When you didn't see that give way road marking,
Yep.
I've only put down your control on foot brake because we stopped a bit sharp there because you hadn't seen the marking there. Junction observation, I've just put this down as that key thing that when you're at junctions, don't just look one way, keep scanning both, even if it's traffic just on one side. Because even when we drove that 40 road, sometimes you might get the odd occasion where something happens from the left where pedestrians start crossing in front of you or cross the road over there. So just keep checking both, even if it is just traffic from one side.
Yeah.
Yeah? Were you familiar with the roads that we went on today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the first roundabout that we did, you know,
The big one where there was a bit of traffic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that stretch I didn't actually. This is that was the first time I was actually going for the first time.
Now you did the roundabouts quite well. You're using your mirrors in the right position. You're a little cautious on them, but it's okay. It's not too bad. Some of the roundabouts, the road marking was really faded, so at times you'd go over the roundabout a lot more than you needed to. But it was still, because it was completely flat, that it kind of didn't have enough to make it a fault. But yeah, if you've got a raised roundabout, try and go round it more, because I've got road markings which I didn't put down right at the beginning. That roundabout, you know, the shell one down there. Yeah, you went over that with the yellow car in front of us. We went over that a bit more than we needed to.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go work on some of these things now. Okay.
Sure. So how many? I mean, like 2 series or 3 series?
One series mainly, just the maneuver, like the observation I put it down, because the back tyre touching wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But it was mainly the observation afterwards that it was serious.
Oh, so the back tire touching was...
Okay, it wasn't that bad, but it shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. So it was just because it just touched
I know
and
what
you felt
happened.
it.
I think, you know, when I was doing the first round of observations,
Yeah.
I would have...
You tilted, you went like this.
Exactly.
You went, oh, let me look around, and then no, you've turned. The other thing with the steering wheel, you kind of rest your hand down here, don't you? Now, I don't mind that, but some examiners may not feel comfortable. So try and keep both hands on.
Okay.
With the armrest, you can move it forward so that it's closer if you wanted to, but yeah. Okay, so that's the end of our video today. I hope you guys learned a little bit about what's involved in the test, how to observe at junctions, just being a bit more careful, and anytime you change directions in a manoeuvre, keep checking around you. Okay, any questions before we sum it up?